Hello everyone, here's your favorite Polish mad lad. So today we are doing gameplay, we are doing knives, we are doing hierarchy with weapons, we are doing tokens. So yeah, let's go. First gameplay. Gameplay is simple. It's rules that you give to your players and with which they need to play. So for example, CSGO rule with the weapons, you can have only a knife, you can't throw it, you have a secondary weapon which is a pistol, you can't throw it, you can throw it, and you have a primary which is a primary that you can throw it. And Valorant have the same, I think. I'm not sure. I never played this game, but we are making it. So yeah. So in our game we're gonna do the same. So first we're gonna create our knife. So the knife will be simply a little script that will take as a that will have here mono behavior replaced by weapon in order to work correctly. And here what we want to have with this weapon. First we want to have double damage when we have a player and we stab it. So very simple. We have the damage multiplier and of course our back angle threshold. In order to accomplish this, we're gonna simply override the fire function, in which we're gonna check for fire interval like in our normal weapon. We're gonna fire the fire effect, and we gonna here calculate a simple raycast that will come from our weapon, from our camera to the target, and we will determine if we have here the angle to stab our opponent or not. So yeah, like this. And we want to run faster with our knife. So in order to accomplish that, we need a speed multiplier, in which we now need two variables to be accessed in our player player motor. So here's the first variable will be the speed that we will be able now to simply use the speed getter and setter, and we need the same for our base speed, which will be only a getter and will help us to calculate our little thing. So yeah, so we can add the two functions that will help us in this task. So on enable, this way we can know if we are on the weapon, and on disable if we are switching to another weapon. So very simple way to do it. And of course the knife don't have ammo, so we need to hide the ammo panel when we have a weapon. So let's head to the GUI controller and let's override our first function, not really override, but replaced by another function. Update ammo will become this. So if the ammo panel is deactivated, we will check if it needs to be activated. Simpler way to do it. We can do it in other ways, but I like this one. And hide ammo, which will just hide the ammo panel. So yeah, very nice. We have done our knife. Now let's give it a model and stats. So here let's create first the stats: equipment, weapon, the stats, knife, like so. Let's 0 0 0 0 70 and here 80 maybe. Oh yeah, good. And let's say or 1,000. Good too. And max range let's say 2, precision 0. Very nice, very nice. So yeah, our stat is done. We only need to rename it knife like so, and let's bind it to the weapon. Let's add some visuals. So in order to do this, let's head to our files. Let's go to the melee weapons and let's head to the knives. And here we have a very beautiful knife, this one. And let's put some realistic values in here. And let's bind the renderer on it. So like this, and now let's give the let's register the prefab like so, and good. Now let's head to our player prefab in order to see our knife. So let's go here. Let's go into our weapons. Let's give him the knife. Yeah, we can put this on the weapon layer, of course, like this, and of course let's come back to our player, and the player will have the knife that will be disabled. Of course, we just need to place it somewhere in a realistic position where we can see it. So let's say here. Yeah, I think it will be good. So yeah, let's put it here, and now we have our weapon set. Let's go to our weapon, and let's here make sure that we have weapon reference like weapon reference it like this. So element 0 knife, then a secondary, then a primary, and at the final none. For the purposes of course of our tutorial, you can make it like you want, of course, when you are doing your game. And now we're gonna head to our scripts, in which we gonna do some little things like simply avoiding of throwing the knife. So let's head to the player weapon, and here we're gonna just check if the weapon index is not equals to 0. So not equal to 0. If it's not equal to 0, we can throw the weapon, of course. So nice resolution for this. Now we're gonna do some other things in this little player weapon. So here we're gonna add a thing in our calculation of our index that will be here. We're gonna simply say if we have the weapon and it's null, we change to another index. It's simplify the overall of calculation. This way we when we throw weapons, we check for a good spot. So yeah, now we will need to make our token. I think it's time to make our first token. So let's head to our scripts, to weapon scripts. By the way, we can throw the knife script in the weapon and the weapon drop in the weapon. Yeah, come on. Don't be annoying, Unity, please. Thank you. Yeah. So please, Unity, give me the hand. Yeah. Cool. So now, like I said, go to the weapons and create a token. Or let's create it on another folder, which we'll name token. Now, so in the tokens, we will create a new script that we will name weapon drop token. And I will explain you everything that you need to know about tokens. So tokens are simply holders of data that help you send information to an entity at its spawn. So I will explain you how it's look like. So first what we need is simply do the using bolt one, and next using UDP kit like so, and here we're gonna need to override this by protocol token, iProtocol token, the interface, and now we're gonna do the quick action refactoring, and we will add the version with the public void functions like so, and here we are very happy with that. So what it will help us in, it simply will help us to write and read information about airdrops. So what we need in airdrops, we need at first an ID for the weapon. So let's add this at the end of this in this file. So weapon ID will be none if it's -1, and here 0 if it's a knife, Glock, revolver. Secondary, this helps us to know if we are in the first index or if we are in the primary index, of course, if they of a secondary index and the primary weapon index. So yeah, very important. I will show you why later. So here we need an ID, the current ammo, the total ammo, and of course the network ID of the owner of this weapon. Because who knows, maybe one day you want to show to who it is, maybe you want to make sure that the weapon is not from an enemy or things like that. We're gonna use it mainly because we don't want the player that throw it to pick up it instantly when he throw it. So in order to do things in tokens, we need to write things in the write function. So we're gonna write bytes on the packet, and those bytes need to be written in the same order that they are read, or vice versa. So ID is first, current ammo is second, total ammo is third, and of course network ID is fourth here. So you can of course send everything that you have in here. So right, so you have booleans, bytes, doubles, endpoint, float, guide, ints, and etc. and etc. So you have plenty of them. And of course, if you want to send something like an enumerator, like here, you need to send it like an int or short, because you need to convert it in ints before. And of course you can send things like ulongs and then convert it to a class that I did in here, so for network ID, and this is a very correct way to do it. So yeah, now we have written our token. We need to register it somewhere, but you can't register tokens like a wild animal that you are. We need somewhere to register all tokens. So now we're gonna create a script that will name network callbacks, that will be attached to no other scripts, no other game object, because a bolt gives the opportunity to have a global behavior. What's the global behavior? Global behavior is mainly used because it will execute on every instance of the game. Of course, you have parameters that are inside, so mode, scene, and etc. etc. I will not pass through them, but you can know that it can be used in different situations, and we're gonna use it as a callback listener. So we're gonna override the we're gonna get the global event listener, and here we're gonna just simply write these two tokens. Why these two tokens? Because this token is already registered in the headless server manager. Here, you see? The client don't need in reality this token for now, because it's he is not filtering any rooms, and he don't need the Photon room properties. But in the future it maybe would need it. So for now we're gonna remove it from the headless server manager, and we're gonna pass it in the network callbacks, because we need to register on the server and on the client the same number of tokens. Otherwise the the token will be badly registered, and you will have problems with reading it or writing it, or who knows. And yeah, do it like this. Have a function in which you will register all your tokens like this. So nice. So now we have registered the token. Now we can pass it to our prefab that we instantiated. So let's go to our drop and let's create our token and pass it. So very simple way to do it. We just need to throw it like this. So create the token like so, and then give him the values here. Okay, nice. So token and token network identity is of course the entity dot network ID. So here we need to head to the weapon stats in order to add this little variable that we will add. That will be the weapon ID, like here, and it will help us to know which weapon is which. I know we have the name, but an integer is much faster than a name, of course, than a string. So yeah, we have the ID, we have everything. So now in our player weapon, we have written our token, we have given him the correct values, and we need just to add it to our instantiate function, like so. After the prefab, we give the token, and the prefab is instantiated with the correct things. Nice, very nice. So here, what we need to do is simply go to our weapon drop now and read the token. So in order to do that, let's head to the weapon drop, like here. So weapon drop here, nice. So here in the weapon drop, what we're gonna do is very simple. We're gonna just do something like that in the attached. So here we're gonna remove the start function, because now we're gonna inherit this through here. And now we're gonna need to have some new variables. So here we're gonna need those variables. So let's talk about them now. Let's add this all of them here. So we need a reference for our token, so that way we don't have to retransform it each time. We need a launcher, that way we know who launched the weapon drop. We need of course colliders and time, I will explain why, and of course the init that we used already in the collision detection. So here what we're doing is simply checking, transforming the weapon drop token and entity.attach token into the weapon drop token, and here we're gonna read it as a normal class, so drop token dot network ID, in order to find the entity that has launched the weapon. So yeah, like this. And now what we're doing is very simple. We're gonna add a new function that will be a trigger function that will help us to know if we have simply gotten a, you know, we have entered in collision with a player, and if the the condition are here to pick it up, it will pick it up. So first let's add something in the little awake function. This way we don't have bad news like those. And now what we have here a player weapon function that will help us know if we can pick up a gun. And in order to know if we can pick up a gun, we need to know which guns are on our player. So in order to do that, we simply go here and we add these two new variables, a primary variable and a secondary variable, of course. So here we're gonna add in our initiating process a new little thing that will help us to test everything at the end. So we're gonna add this little thingy. So yeah, of course, because of this initiating, we're gonna see, of course, the last weapon that have been initialized in the bottom of our in the ammo position, because of course we have initiated the weapon on, you know. I will not explain this to you because it's too long to explain, but you need to know that the ammo is broken for now. The ammo panel is broken because we will show at first the last initiated ammos. So yeah, let's continue. So here we're gonna just say which weapon are initiated on our player, and here in our function we're gonna add a new function that will help us know if we can pick up if we can pick up a gun. So here we're gonna just check if we are in possession of a primary or a secondary weapon, depending of course on the to the weapon ID, and the secondary end value help us to know if we are in a lower index than the secondary or an upper index from secondary. So yeah. And now we need a function to help us add this weapon to our player. So in order to make it, we just do something like this. So in order to add it, we're gonna use simply the state, which help us to know if we help us simply just to set the weapon at the correct index. So here what we're doing is simple. We're gonna simply assign at the index 1 of our state weapon array if it is a secondary weapon, or if it's the primary, we're gonna set it at the index 2. And then we're gonna do a little callback here that will help us to know what we are going to do with that. So for now, and for we are gonna finish this in the next episode, but in order to see if we are picking up something, we just need to read at the weapon ID and print it in the board console. So yeah. Let's head to the player weapon and let's check if we don't forgotten anything. So yeah, we forgot about one thing that is very important, and it is this one. When we are throwing a weapon, we need to unassign it, like so. And now we are sure that the weapon is unassigned when we dropped it, and we are sure now in the weapon drop that when we are picking it up, we are going to pass the correct values. So like here, so now let's finish it up, and let's head to our prefabs of our drops. So yeah, you need to recompile if you want, yes. So let's head to prefabs and let's do some things. So let's here add sphere collider here and make it trigger and put it as radius 1. So that way we know we can pick it up in any way. And of course here on the weapon you're gonna assign the weapon drop renderer to its renderer. So yeah, you know the deal. You are just dropping them one after one like so. And at the end you going to need to go to your weapon stats and assign the correct values to the weapons. So here the Glock, here knife is knife, here revolver is revolver, and of course the Spas 12 is Spas 12. So your ID don't need to have the same names as the overall, but you know it helps to know which weapon is which. And yeah, and I really like this type of viewing my data. So yeah, so weapons has been done. Let's test our build and see if it works. I think it could work, but I'm not sure. So in order to view if you are good, we're gonna just simply build the game and start a server and a client and a second client. So yeah, like so. So here, connect. So yeah, spawn. So yeah, we can shoot with weapons. So yeah, now check if we can yeah, we can attack someone. He loses 100 life if he is in front, and 200 if he is backstabbing someone. So now let's see if we can shoot with weapons. Yeah, we can throw it, yes. Let's check if we can pick it up, if we have a weapon. Yes, we can't pick it up. And let's check it if we can pick it up, if we are the player with no guns. Yes, and you can see that we have received here the little Glock thingy in the console. So this way we know that we have everything's done. Nice, very nice, very nice. So thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and like the video. Remember to check our social media and everything. We're gonna have soon our game on Steam page in which you could add our game to your wishlist. And yeah, thank you for watching and see you soon. And remember to code every day. Bye!